Hello guys, welcome to a new video. This is going to be my May reading wrap up, which is mad because it feels like yesterday that I did a April reading wrap up. These months are going so quick and we're getting married in less than a month and it's actually mad. So yeah, this is the May reading wrap up, but I'm going to do it in a little bit of a vlog style. So I'll take you along my day today. We've got stuff that I need to do for the wedding, but first we're going to get a coffee. And our usual coffee shop is closed, so I've had to come somewhere else. And it's very busy here, which makes me stressed. But anyway, come along with me. Let's get a coffee, start the day, and chat you through what I've read in May. So it's bank holiday Monday, and I planned to have like a really productive day. Like I've got stuff to do, like some makeup I bought this weekend for the wedding, so I can show you all of that because that will be quite fun. And then this evening, Jack and I are going to watch Lilo and Stitch, which I'm so excited for. I don't know about you, but like I think I've been living under a rock because I didn't know that they were doing this movie. Like I hadn't seen it advertised. Like I only heard about it when it's come out and like the premiere and like people and influencers going to the premiere. Other than that, I like didn't even know it was happening. We're going to quite a late screening because obviously it's half term and there's just going to be loads of kids watching that film. So we were like, let's just go late. So that's what we're going to do. Right, we are off to go and watch Lilo and Stitch.
Well, we've arrived.
Well, we've arrived, but we are hoping there aren't kids in the screening.
Past all their bedtime,
isn't it? Yeah, and I just told Jack it's a U, so not even PG.
I'm sorry, but Lilo and Stitch was from our era. It belongs to us.
It does.
It doesn't belong to these new kids.
No one's here. No one's here.
Yeah, but there's an army about to come in.
It's about to come in. Still Jack's popcorn.
No, these are mine.
I've got belly top. So we've come back from Lilo and Stitch. It was really good. I really liked it. It was really funny, and they had like all the little moments. Sorry, I'm taking off my shoes. They had like all the little moments that I really wanted them to include. So it was cute. It was cute. However, Jack and I were just talking about, there was a lady sat like in front of us with like her children, and she was sat there, and she literally answered the phone whilst we're in there, like, I'm in the cinema. And her phone, she was like texting on her phone, and it was like so bright, and she was like sat in the middle, and everyone around was just like, get off your phone. We were just saying how rude that was. Like, just inconsiderate to like everyone else around you.
Is it just us? Are we just big rule followers?
I know.
Or is it just like the norm?
No, I think she was rude. Like, literally to answer the phone, to be like, I'm just in the cinema. Call you back. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, we're going to go to bed now. It's bedtime. If you guys knew what just happened, honestly, I'm so hot. I had just made a coffee to sit down to film this video, and I have just spilt the coffee all on my floor right here. And this is a new carpet. This is your sign to not have drinks upstairs. But did I go and make another coffee? Yes, but it's over there. I think I managed to get it out. I don't think it's perfect, but it's happened now, and I've got to let it go. Anyway, so I don't think I've spoken to you since we went to Lilo and Stitch, which was really fun, honestly. If you haven't gone to see it, definitely go, because it was a great movie. Obviously, we did have that interruption with the lady on her phone, but hey, very careful sip of my coffee and very carefully put it there. This is my May wrap up. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I can't actually believe that it is May and the end of May, which is even more crazy. I have said, if you're new here, like I'm literally getting married next month, so my reading ability is a little bit slower, particularly in June, but I will come on to my June TBR. Let's go through the books that I read in May. 5 books in May, and obviously they were all romance books. I read When in Rome, I always include like half of a book that I'm like still going through in the end of the TBR. So in the end of the wrap up. But yes, so I finished When in Rome, and I have to say I was so addicted to this world. Like Sarah Adams, I think I said in that video, very much is a author I will be recommending to people to say, if you want a book just to switch off, I think I'm gonna read her other one on holiday. Like I loved it, and I knew I was gonna love her writing because I have said I read the rule book by her, which is actually the second book in that series. It was kind of like interconnected standalone kind of thing, but I read that book last year, so I knew I really wanted to read this series when I went to 66 Books. Loved this, and then I rated it 3.75, which is actually really low for me. I am usually a generous rater, but the reason I think I did rate it a 4 originally, but I changed my rating because the first book I properly read in May was Practice Makes Perfect, and I will say I'm gonna have to go and buy the physical copies of this book series. But as soon as I finished that one, I was like, I need to read the next one. This series starts off with Amelia and Noah. They're the two main characters in this, and Amelia it's kind of like Wild Eyes vibes, like she's a celebrity and she comes to a small town and falls in love with the baker. Basically, that's that story. But the Practice Makes Perfect follows Noah's sister, and Noah has 3 sisters, so the whole series is like basically following their family's point of view, and this is his youngest sister, Annie, and I loved her. I think I did a little TikTok or a little Instagram thing on my account where I was basically just being like, my aesthetic with Annie's aesthetic, like me and Annie would be friends, like everything. She owns a flower shop, she likes wearing dungarees, play by the rules kind of girl, which is me. So yeah, we loved Annie, and I kind of and she loves to read romance books, but we also loved, and I can't remember what was the guy's name? Will, there we go. Will, that's his name. I loved him. So Will is Amelia's bodyguard that follows her obviously to the small town, and obviously she falls in love with the bodyguard, bad boy-esque, good girl. We love it. We eat that up. Loved that. But yeah, this was probably my favourite over this, so I changed my rating from a 4 to a 3.75, and then I gave this a 4. So I'm excited to read the next one in the series, but I slowed down because I was loving them too much that I didn't want them to finish. So yeah, I would recommend any Sarah Adams book, and I would say she is definitely up there with some of my favourite authors. Like, she's just got great books to just switch off, nothing too deep, and that's exactly what I needed after what I read in April. But then, okay, so that then was a 4. Then we went and read The 7 Rules of a Perfect Marriage, and this is actually an arc that I was very kindly sent by the Bloomsbury Creator Circle. And look, I never like to be horrible about books, I never like to be horrible about authors, but it just wasn't my favourite book. It just wasn't my favourite book. I did tab something which I thought was quite cute, which was the literal 7 rules that they give for the perfect marriage. So I tabbed that as a little bit of just like, oh, Jack, let's read this, because obviously we're getting married. But what I will say is I liked the concept, and the concept was basically a married couple who were both authors, and they wrote a book called The 7 Rules for a Perfect Marriage, and they were basically became these advocates of like a happy couple, the kind of like goal couple in the world, their celebrity like bubble, they were like the goal couple, but they were actually having problems in their marriage, so they were just kind of like trying to follow their own rules and take their own advice, if that makes sense. So yeah, I kind of liked the premise and the concept, but I just didn't love the characters. Like, I don't know, I don't feel like there was enough of I wasn't emotionally invested in the characters, and for me to kind of love the story and get like obsessed like I was with Practice Makes Perfect, I need like the full backstory, I need to like fully understand the character, and I just don't feel like I got that with this. That being said, I still had a good time. It was nice to kind of read something a little bit different. So yeah, I actually gave this 2.75. So then, you guys know I've been waiting for Releasing 10 to come out. We are boys of Tom and Girly, we're obsessed, we're in love, as you know. However, I wanted to time it perfectly because I hadn't read Taming 7 yet. So I wanted to time it that I could finish Taming 7 and then start Releasing 10 kind of like back to back. So that I had a little gap filler, which was a quick 200 pages, and you would have seen I got this in my 66 books haul. Annabel Monaghan? I can't say it. I've been seeing this author everywhere, and I have got another book on my TBR to read of hers. Obviously, you saw pick this up at 66 books, and she seems like a really popular author, so I was really looking forward to getting into this. So this basically was a woman in her like mid-30s who was a mother called Nora, and she was an author, writes a screenplay, and these actors are like filming the screenplay like in her house, and she kind of meets the actor and kind of like falls for the actor, basically. I don't want to say anymore because it was actually really good and I really did enjoy it. Again, similar vibe to like Sarah Adams in the sense like you just don't want anything too serious, too deep, just to switch off, like easy read, and this was definitely that. I think this would be a really great like summer holiday book, like if you're sat by a pool. I really did enjoy this. I had a good time. I don't feel like I had the best reading experience because I was so excited for Releasing 10 to come out that I was like, I want to finish this so I can get on to Taming 7. So I think that was probably like tampered my judgment a little bit, but I gave this 3 stars, and I think I gave this 3.5 stars. Gave it 3.5 stars, and yeah, I would say this was just like a great escape kind of book. Okay guys, then we came on to Taming 7. And like, I've shared my thoughts. You may have seen the previous vlog. I think the general consensus, because I have been in a TikTok wormhole, Boys of Tommen, please comment actually if I have like encouraged you to read the Boys of Tommen or like Boys of Tommen, because I know I have probably spoken about it for so long now, but it's just been such a big part of my life. Yeah, please comment if I've encouraged you to read it, because yeah, I've definitely got the hype, because I know that there is a huge hype around these books. I'm gonna have a quick coffee break. Oh God, I'm so stressed about drinking the coffee now. I'll do a quick summary. This is Gibbs and Claire's book, which Gibbs is the best friend of the male main character in Binding 13, and Claire is his best friend, neighbour, but also friends with the female main character of the first book. Wow, that was quite hard to say. I hope you're with me on this, but throughout, I think the general consensus is this book, and I have said in my previous vlog my thoughts, that people love Claire and Gibbs, but they didn't love Taming 7. And I get that. I think one of you guys commented that on the video, because I think that's so true. Is, yeah, on reflection, I do understand the comments and the controversy on TikTok around this book, but I still did enjoy it. I would feel wrong for not giving this a 5-star, because this whole series I have really enjoyed. On reflection, out of all of the books I've read of Chloe Walsh's so far from the series, I would probably rate this the lowest, but that doesn't mean that I didn't love it. Because I think, like I said before, like I really already had a good understanding of these characters before I got to this book. Like I was already invested in their story, so it was set up really well in my opinion. So yeah, I did kind of share my thoughts probably in more detail in that video, so if you do want to go and watch that, like I'm going to leave it linked above. But I can't put my finger on it, but I get what people are saying. If you've not read this, it's really hard for me to talk about this. So yeah, gave this, I think, 4.75 or a 5-star. I think I always just give a Boys of Tommen book a 5-star. Just, yeah, I think I gave it 5-star. Yeah, I gave it a 5-star, and that's just off the premise of that I'm obsessed with the Boys of Tommen, and like the whole series is a 5-star for me. Then we come on to what I'm currently reading, guys, because when I'm filming this, it is still May. releasing 10. I'm doing a full reading vlog of this book, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of scared to post it because the controversy around this book, on TikTok in particular, has been crazy. I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. This is a very highly anticipated book. Obviously, me as well as everybody else is obsessed with the Boys of Taming, and I think very much became obsessed from TikTok and people sharing their views. So yeah, I'm going to do a full reading vlog. I will let you know what I think, but what I will say, yeah, so this is Lizzie and Huey's book, and Huey is Claire's brother and Lizzie is another girl in their friendship circle. And in this book, Lizzie's really not a nice character. Like, she's kind of a bully in this book's point of view. This is her point of view, and we understand her and why she is the way she is. I mean, the controversy is so real. What I will say is, compared to the other books, this is extremely graphic. All of these books cover extremely dark topics, which, again, funny that I give this 5 stars because I am such a fluffy person. This is very graphic. Chloe Walsh has put this book in different parts, like part 1, part 2, part 3, and I've challenged myself to kind of read like a part a night. I think actually I read like 2 parts last night, but I'm breaking it up basically because this is a lot to digest. Obviously it's a massive book, they all are, but this in particular and the topics that this covers, it's hard because they all cover really, really dark topics. And I mean, if you do go and read these books, again, this is your warning. Read the trigger warnings, read what this book covers. I could keep rambling, but I am going to do a separate vlog and you will see my thoughts of this. But yeah, is it the most controversial book on the internet right now? Probably. But that is everything I read in May. I'm aware I've probably rambled and gone through that so quickly. I really hope that you enjoy these little wrap-up vlog kind of things. Yeah, I am going to do a June TBR, so I will include that in another video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this like vlog style May wrap-up. I cannot believe it is May. I cannot believe it is literally June in a couple of days. The countdown is on for the wedding. Wow. Okay, so yeah, bear with me for June, guys, because she's a bride. I'm gonna read some more of this today and you'll hear my thoughts in that vlog. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching and I will see you next week for another video.